So we're talking about office romance.
Hey family, we're back. My name is Jomo.
And I'm Charmaine.
We come together with real, raw, and relevant conversations dealing with relationships. Now, we've been married now almost 23 plus years, and our whole goal is to help people in their relationships. So tonight, our topic is
9 do's and don'ts for dating in the workplace. So we're talking about office romance. Okay, so this is something that we can really talk about because we actually work together. We didn't meet in the office though, so it wasn't as complicated.
Yeah, because she's been trying to get up all on me and stuff because she's really aggressive. So, you know, she's probably been one of them office stalkers or something like that.
But I would have wanted to be adventurous in the office though. I think it would be fun to like play.
Okay.
As far as like, you know, hiding the relationship from like other people and talking over people's heads and stuff like that.
True that.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought this topic would be very good for a lot of people because studies have shown that 40% of people that work together actually start office romances or date their coworkers. So this pertains to a lot of people.
That's real. I mean, a lot of bosses date coworkers. A lot of bosses date secretaries. And it may be female bosses.
Right. And it makes sense because you spend a majority of your time with the people you work with.
Correct.
So, number 1, do.
Count the costs. Now, this is my thought. Before I think about something, I count the costs.
Right.
Every now and then, me and some other guys talk about, you know, men who make certain decisions. Okay, it's me and the guys, and then and we'll talk about. Okay, listen, if I'm gonna go down, if I'm gonna go down, she better be worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm gonna take an L, if I'm gonna lose it all, I gotta lose it all for somebody that's worth losing it all for. And so many times we see people in relationships, they lose it. And like, I thought about Arnold Schwarzenegger and the maid.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like,
it was too close for comfort.
I'm not talking about.
And he was married.
I'm not talking about that. I know he was married. I'm just saying, Lord have mercy. When I saw her, I was like, you gonna take an L for that? But again, it's not necessarily about.
He was married, so that shouldn't
I
have been like.
I agree,
you know.
but my point is, even married folk, you have to count the cost.
Right. What's the worst thing that can happen? I thought about that football player that was cheating on his wife, and the girlfriend shot him in the head.
Lord have mercy. Now, here's the one reality. When I discuss relationships with men, especially men who make a mistake of doing something outside of their marriage, we often think as men, okay, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst?
Okay, so the first fails. Okay, well, you know, if I use protection, the condom bust, potential pregnancy, STD, AIDS, pregnancy, but nobody thinks the chick's gonna blow your brains out.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody thinks that. So I tell you all the time, if you can handle the worst case scenario, do it. But the problem is we don't think the worst can happen to us. We all think we're immune to it. So I think it's so helpful. Even
just in the workplace, babe, you know, if you think about if it's your supervisor or somebody that you work with directly, if it doesn't work out, are both of you all mature enough to continue to have a working relationship and not have feelings?
Be a straight up fatal attraction.
Or you're salty.
Oh my God.
You know, you have an attitude.
Correct. And don't let them write you up. Oh my God. All right. Number 2.
Right, number 2.
Don't move too fast. Is this person emotionally stable?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to think too, whether you're female or male, if you're flirting in the workplace, it can be misconstrued as sexual harassment.
Oh my God.
So you have to make sure that the person that you're attracted to and that you're giving signals to aren't taking those signals in the wrong way, and they have the same attraction for you as you have for them.
It's amazing.
It can be sticky.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the reality. You don't know this person's emotional stability if rejection becomes a reality.
Wow.
And now they go south. And when they go south, guess what they're going to do to you? You're going to go down with them.
You going down.
All right, number 3. Try to hide your relationship. Keep it on the DL.
This is a do for sure.
Now, this is what happens. Let me just tell you, this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. We have to go on a business trip. Yeah, business trip. And on the business trip, we're gonna be gone for a couple nights.
You're gonna be gone for a couple of nights on a business trip.
Couple nights. And they have us flying together. It's a team of us.
Right.
This is what happens with pilots and stewardesses all the time, by the way. I heard.
This is what you heard?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. And, pilots and stewards be hooking up. But
really?
that's neither here nor there. But my brother's a pilot. But I'm not saying nothing about him. But I'm not saying that. But my point to you is...
What is your point?
That
not to throw your relationship in front of your coworkers. It makes everyone uncomfortable.
You got to keep it on the DL.
Yes.
Until you think it's real or stable, keep it on the low.
And you want to keep it on the low until you read your code of conduct and ethics for the company, because
real talk.
Company policy may state that you are not able to, fraternize?
Fraternize and touch each other.
With the coworkers. And there's a reason for this. It's because it's very dangerous. You could wind up losing 2 really good employees.
And that's the thing that happens often with us in ministry, is that we are so... We hate when we see couples go through bad seasons, divorce, those kind of things, because oftentimes you lose members. Because the guilt, the shame, the embarrassment, people end up not coming to church anymore because of a breakup. So there's so much damage that happens in this process.
When you date somebody even in the church.
Correct. The next one, don't have too much PDAs, public displays of affection.
Yeah, you don't be slobbing your coworker down in front of other coworkers.
Well, you know,
even on your lunch break.
You know what I like to do? I like to meet you at the copier. Yeah, meet you at the copier. What you doing, girl? You need some coffee? Want me to put some sugar in your coffee?
You are so funny.
And what happens, and it's just human nature, if you are engaged in a relationship with somebody, you're going to find ways to be around them, meet them. Then here's the other thing. Would you believe this? This one right here. I was a teacher, right? I was a teacher. And you know, I'm a popular guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a popular guy. And this chick came up to the job. You know, scoping stuff out. Now she was looking good.
I think that it is a wife's responsibility
came up to the
to
job.
do a little pop-up. To say hello to all the coworkers.
So what it was.
And the friends on the job.
See, I was a popular teacher in my school. And you know, people fraternized in my classroom. It was a hot spot. Fraternize. Yeah, we're just talking about what we're gonna do for the day.
You don't need to talk about what you're doing for the day.
So I told my wife that, you know, how we talk at work. Would you believe this child came up to my job doing inspections?
I'm bringing lunch.
Unannounced, just coming.
Bringing lunch, just trying to surprise my babe.
Came in there with a banging pantsuit, just like this, just walking in, strolling in.
Yeah, but when I met your students, I was like, yeah, you can have this job. You had some rough students.
So we got to make sure that we limit public displays of affection, unless you are a wife coming up to check on your husband at the job, like some people I know. All right, let's not make every lunch a date. Okay?
That's too much.
Cool, we're dating. please give me some space. Not every lunch break is a meeting between me and you.
Right.
I had friends before I met you. We did things together before I met you. Right now we are dating, we're not married.
Right.
Please don't make this more than what it is right now. At work, we're working. At home, we're at home, but please don't make me feel some kind of way when I have lunch with other people, because now you feel like you're being left out.
Or you want to have time to yourself in between, work hours. So, sometimes you just want to be by yourself and kind of decompress during your lunchtime or your 15-minute break, and you don't want to socialize all the time.
Real talk.
Yeah.
The next one, keep your coworkers out your business. I'm gonna say that with my chest. Keep your coworkers out your business. Now,
it can backfire.
That's the thing.
It could be really
You don't need
devastating.
to be telling people all your business, especially if you don't know if this relationship's gonna work.
Right. Because your coworkers can wind up getting you written up.
Your coworkers could be trying to get with your man or woman too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because see, I remember when I was at a situation.
What situation?
I remember when I was in a situation, and we had a young lady who was a little promiscuous, and she liked me, but see, I already had my eye. I already knew the game. I didn't play that game because see, the young lady would tell everybody who she talking to, dating at the particular job. So I just thought, I was like, wow, that could be really problematic because eventually the wrong person.
Is this when you were a bouncer at the club?
Whoa, don't be putting all my business, don't be putting all my jobs out there in the street.
You putting all your jobs out in the street. I'm just trying to figure out who was this flirting with you on the job.
Everywhere I go.
Are you talking about the church?
Wow. Every job I've been on.
Really?
Yes. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying every job I've been on.
That's real.
I've had people try to, and I've been judicious.
Right.
To not put myself in a bad spot because.
It's good to value your life.
What you say?
It's good to value your life.
Value my life. What's gonna happen to me?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. No, the next one.
Number 7.
Have a life outside the job, dude. Because what happens if you date somebody at the job and then you go home and the job, no, you better have a life outside of these things because if not, you're not gonna want to see them at the job because you gotta see that joke at home. You get tired of people. Now, obviously, if you're not tired of them, you might need to marry this person. But for most people, if you're not serious with them, you kind of keep your space because you'll start to act up a certain way on the job when you see them.
Right.
And it starts to be obvious.
Let's say that you're mature enough to have a relationship at the job, and then you all are mature enough to say, you know what, it's not going to work out between us. I respect you, you respect me. You go your separate ways, and then you wind up meeting someone and getting married, and now the person has feelings because now you are in a serious relationship, and they thought you would have been in that same situation with them. It's always going to be a little tension there, no matter how mature you are. So you want to be so careful. I'm not totally against dating in the workplace. I think for some people, it gives them motivation to work harder. It gives them a reason to get up in the morning and go to work. It makes them more productive because they're happy. It could be a lot of positives to having a relationship or being in a relationship with someone that you're working with, but there are some negatives to consider. So make sure that if you do get into a relationship in the workplace, that both of you are first mature enough to deal with it. And secondly, make sure that if it doesn't work out, you've already discussed, your exit strategy on how it's gonna work.
They would say this back in the day. This may not be a kosher statement.
What?
Don't sleep where you poop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying it right. But if you're gonna do dirt, don't do dirt where you sleep.
Right.
And so many times people don't realize the damage that you setting yourself up for because you can't move from that spot.
Right.
All right, next one. Don't treat your office staff or employees or co-workers as your dating pool. Meaning you go from person to person to person in the office. Listen, you are killing yourself slowly.
Right.
Every chance of promotion, because what happens, every person that it doesn't work out for, not all of them, but some of them will have knives for you. And they can do some dastardly deeds. I had a friend of mine, he was a manager at Walmart. He said it got so competitive, he was actually doing a corner where he was stacking it up. And he saw on the camera where the guy that was working with him knocked it down, took pictures of it and sent it to the boss after he just put it up.
No.
Yes. And I just thought about, he's like, man, the job environment in reference to promotion and getting ahead, you got some people out there that's not your friend. Ruthless. So you have to be careful because you don't want to create too many enemies at the workplace, because every relationship that did not work out, someone has some kind of feelings. Now, some will get over it and keep it moving, but some people are not going to get over it and keep it moving. And you're going to put yourself in a bad spot. The last thing you want to do is have too many enemies on the job. I know we've had some people who didn't like us well. And it's challenging. You don't want a hostile work environment.
Right.
It's hard to produce and be productive. And lastly, I don't know about this. When do you talk to your boss? When do you talk to your boss about you dating with? Listen, you better make sure you read the policies and procedures.
Yeah, because you might get fired right then. You walk in trying to inform somebody of something, they inform you of something. Because
here's the challenge. Corporate America is very careful about domestic violence and abuse.
That's right.
So if they find out
sexual harassment,
if they find out you're dating someone in the workplace, you might jeopardize your job because they don't care about your relationship or your love.
They care about the company.
They're caring about protecting the company.
That's right.
Bottom line. That's the one thing when I was in NFL, they said, always protect the shield. Okay? Meaning they gonna protect their money. That's why you have people like the great running back, Ray Rice. Him and his girlfriend got in a fight and he hit her. That brother never got a job ever again in life. And they both were violent each other, but the bottom line, he shouldn't have hit her. But my point to you is, certain things they will not allow in the workplace today. So
they're gonna protect their own
brand. So if you're gonna go to the boss, make sure you have a relationship with the boss, or make sure you talk to them offline. But even offline, it's still dangerous because they can still be more protective of their position and their job versus you and your business and your relationship.
I would try to keep everyone out of my business, even my boss, until we were about to get married or something.
Yeah, some big commitment.
I wouldn't approach the boss with just a regular relationship, and I wouldn't allow the boss to find out from another coworker that you're dating someone in the workplace. I would just keep it out of everybody's business until it was a major relationship, like we're engaged.
Correct. And you should be thoughtful, because if you have a good career and you're on the way up, you're very cautious about dating in the workplace, because I believe there's more pitfalls than benefits.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, family, we love you. We hope that this message was a blessing to you.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
And remember, love, laugh, and learn. See you soon. Hey, Yeti. If you want to give us some money, I want to tell you your cup is good. Okay? Yeti, you the bomb. You keep my juice cold, and my juice tastes better in a Yeti.
How you have to sound like that? Yeti.
Hey, I met a girl named Betty. She introduced me to the Yeti. call me no dork.